Hey guys, a somewhat different start to this episode. We wanted to give you all an update. We had a guest on the podcast, what was it? A month?
2 months ago.
2 months ago. And obviously there's been a lot of information that has come out about the singer David and the things that are happening.
We took down that episode is just no longer an escape for everyone. And obviously the goal of the podcast is, we are here to separate and, be an escape for y'all from the real world. And that's not what that episode represents anymore. So we took it down.
Yeah. Like you said, the podcast is meant for positivity and good and community and focusing on that kind of stuff. And if an episode doesn't represent that, then there's no need for us to keep it up. So we just want to be safe with that. We want to be supportive of the people that are affected by it. We were excited when it originally happened. I mean, we talked about his connection to the nerdy world and the songs and everything. And they reached out to us.
His label.
His label reached out to us because we had made a video about his song in Invincible and talked about how great it was and everything. So they reached out to us and wanted him to come on, and we thought it would be a great thing.
Yep.
And right now, because of the alleged information, we just thought it was best to just take it down.
Yes.
And we'll have a fun, happy episode for the rest of this episode, but we do want to at least update y'all on our thoughts on it and why we took it down.
We will be donating all of the money that episode made to that for the service for that poor little girl, and we will link that GoFundMe in the description as well if any of y'all feel so keen to help out with that. Enjoy the rest of this very goofy and fun episode otherwise.
We love y'all
you so much.
And we're going to keep pumping out the escapes for y'all. That's what we're going to focus on, and we do. I, like always, want to make y'all proud, and that's what we're trying to do here, and be conscientious with what y'all have given us. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Danny Motta is back. It's going to be fun. Hello, welcome back to the Escape Pod. Thank you for escaping with us. That's Alex. I'm Andrew.
And as always, with great power comes great who cares you do ability, or 3 Spider-Man hoodies ability. Yeah. We're all wearing Spider-Man hoodies.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think we should start. Okay, so Danny's back. Say hi.
Hello, I'm back.
Yay.
That's why we did the Who Cares You Do.
Right, yeah, we're very excited.
Iconic moment from the pod.
Hasn't
Danny's
been back since.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations about that moment. Your love-hate.
The worst moment of my life, the best of yours.
Yeah, he's not really a fan. I mean,
I'm so not a fan. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was wondering all day, all week, I've been wondering, at what point in the pod will this come up?
I just wanted to get it out of the way. Yeah.
I will go to cons.
This is my favorite.
2 things will happen. Either people will come up and be like, oh my God, you're the guy from the Who Cares You Do clip. And I'm like, yeah, among other things, I guess. Or people will be talking to me like they'll know me as me.
Yeah.
And just we'll be going back and forth. And at some point, they'll be like, you know who you remind me of? You remind me so much of that Who Cares You Do guy. And they're like, have you seen that? And I'm like, bitch, I caused that. I was in the splash zone of
because
that.
You texted me one time because we had never posted it. And we didn't really rely on it at all for a year.
Yeah, sure.
And then he doesn't believe me because once it started rolling, then we posted it one time.
Yeah.
And then we've posted some fan edits, but the majority of the time it's just been the first person that posted it wasn't us.
Correct.
It was a fan account.
It was Dylan
that posted it. Got 2 million views.
Yeah.
And then we realized we should talk about this or mention this, and we reposted a couple. And then because he texted me, he was like, so this is just your thing now? It's like, we've never posted it. Actually, it's just fans. And now anytime we post it, he's like, yeah.
It is. We have, there's a lot of fan pagers or clippers that clip the pod, and it's such an easy starting point. If you have 0 followers and 0 likes and 0 this, people just post Who Cares You Do, because it's an easy 100,000 to 2 million views right off the rip for your page. That'll get eyes on your page, and then you start clipping other stuff. So it does feel like every time I scroll on TikTok, I see it once or twice.
That's so great for you guys, man. I'm so happy.
We definitely shouldn't tell him about the potential future merch, right?
Oh.
Let me tell you something.
Everyone lock in for that. We can't talk about it anymore.
Do you know what it's like to go every day scrolling through TikTok and seeing some video that's like, dumb idiot virgin gets pwned by cool guy in a Spider-Man hoodie.
No one's ever said that.
3
No
minutes?
one's ever
That's
said
not
that.
at all what people are saying.
That's all I see.
No.
But it's fine. I'm not bitter at all. Make your merch. I don't even think about it. I never think about this stupid moment.
here we go.
It never comes up. So I'm ready to drop it.
Yeah.
Dude, show it off
For
a little
audio listeners, he now has a shirt on that says "I caused this," and it is the picture of me
This
freaking
thing
out.
is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a screen print
I
this
have
big?
actually. I have gotten. I have gotten one made.
I hate
Yeah.
you so much. I'm the victim of this podcast. You don't get to do this.
I just wanted a shirt of my favorite TikTok creator.
I hate you so much.
I really like his high school picture.
I
Yeah.
saw your live stream of this so unprovoked. Out of nowhere, I'm just catching strays on
Literally-
every front.
No reason for me to do it. I have a picture of his now infamous high school yearbook photo. Yeah, I was just streaming and I was like, yeah, let me just order a shirt with Danny's face. As soon as I saw the picture, I knew I was going to do it at some point.
What's under yours? Just a photo of every ex-girlfriend I've ever had?
No, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, good stuff. Wow.
God.
Okay.
I'm hot. I'm ready.
So, I think this is a good intro to the episode.
Yes.
Can I just ask,
yes.
when you knew you were going to have me on again,
Yes.
are you... I'm waiting for another
for
crash.
another-
Like, do you think people are waiting for, like, part two?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, I always wondered, like, if we have Danny back on, everyone's going to be expecting Who Cares You Do 2.0.
Yeah.
It was so not, like, we can't plan that.
Yeah,
like, that
yeah.
was, like, 30 minutes of lead up of Alex just being an idiot. That led to my brain fully snapping. And, like, we can't, like, orchestrate that. That
Yeah.
just has to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen,
Yeah.
but we don't have any specific hot takes scheduled except maybe a few that he has, things he wants to say. But we've got a few things that we're doing this episode. If a crash out happens, it happens. We'll see. The Demon Slayer movie obviously came out. That's a big thing in anime. Danny's big on anime, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Danny has some stuff prepared. He's been watching the episodes and just kind of writing down things that he wants to bring up. We've got a fan segment. All the patrons send in questions, so we'll be answering a ton of questions from the patrons. Thank you guys for sending that in. You have a MCU/DCU question of the day.
I do.
If we have more time, we've got a bracket, and we'll do hot seat and stuff, but that might be pushed to the Patreon episode.
Correct.
Danny will have a Patreon episode. It is probably already out
On last Friday. Yeah.
last Friday. Okay, so Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. You saw it. I saw it. What are your thoughts?
What are your scores out of 10, gentlemen?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys do solid scores. You don't do any points.
He does points all the
sometimes.
time.
You do points?
Yes, yes.
Interesting. I'd give it, like, if points are involved,
Yes.
like an 8.3.
Yeah.
But with the asterisk that, like, you need to love Demon Slayer.
Correct. Yeah, I'm giving it like an 8.5. A lot of people are 9s or 10s out of this. I'm so glad they enjoy it that much. I do think it's great, but you made a TikTok that basically summed it up for me, where your first line of the video was basically, this movie is all the best and worst things about Demon Slayer. So explain that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm in the same camp where I'm like, if this is a 10 out of 10 movie for you, I'm never gonna be like, let me convince you why it's worse, you know? But yeah, everything I love about Demon Slayer, this gave me, like, some of the best peaks I've seen in the series.
Sure.
All the things that frustrate me about Demon Slayer, this gave me some of the most frustrating bits
Sure.
of the series.
So the best is, like you said in your video as well, is like, obviously the animation is going to be insane and amazing. We don't have to cover that. It's Demon Slayer.
Right.
Also the fights, just in general, the fight choreography and everything is a lot of fun. That's some of the peaks. And then some of the frustratingness is what? How often they do backstories, how long the backstories take, like
yeah, it's more like the structure of the backstories.
Sure.
Where this movie's basically 3 major fights.
Yes.
Like a genuine 3-act structure. And they'll start a fight with a backstory, then they'll fight a little bit, then another backstory will come in, and they'll fight a little bit, and then sometimes they'll do that like 2 more times within the fight. So it's so much pause and go that I really wish it was like WWE, where one character comes in, they're like, this is my whole backstory. Second character comes in, this is my whole deal.
Now
then
fight.
you fight uninterrupted. And it's also just exacerbated by, are you caught up with Demon Slayer? Like, we had a whole filler arc, the Hashira training arc.
Yeah.
That the whole pitch was like, we're going to take 2 chapters of the manga and extend it over like 8 episodes. But in that time, you'll get to know more about like the mentor characters. They didn't do that. It was just filler. You didn't really learn any like influential stuff about the mentors in that arc. And then we're in this movie and I'm now learning the backstory of Shinobu when that should have just been in that arc.
Yeah, that's fair. The fights are obviously great. Like you said, there's 3 of them, and even the backstories are interesting. They're not bad, but the flow of it does feel a little weird sometimes. So if that doesn't bother you, like you said, and you're a big fan of Demon Slayer, I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer, but at some point it does get a little repetitive, especially because a lot of the backstories also are a little bit repetitive. It's either you're looking at a demon or you're looking at a demon slayer. Right. And if you're looking at a demon, he's got some terrible thing that's happened to him that kind of led him to being a demon. Or you have the demon slayer whose family was killed by a demon.
Right.
Tanjiro's family was killed by a demon. And like you said, Shinobu, right? She's the butterfly girl. Her sister is killed by a demon. So it's like, it's just which family member was killed by a demon is basically what you're waiting to hear. But still good. The question about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is, does it have the best fight of the whole show? Because I went in and a couple people told me that one of the fights is one of their favorite fights in all of anime, and I'm assuming it has to be the Tomioka Tanjiro Akaza fight. But for me, I don't know if that beats the Tengen Tanjiro fight in the entertainment district.
I mean, I think, again, everything preventing these fights from being, like, relentlessly good is the fact that they keep pausing to be like, oh, well, like, I gotta figure this out, or, like, this is this backstory, or this one, like, there's so many instances where they're like, here's the theme of this fight. Like, we're doing non-spoilers, technically?
Sure, I guess, yeah.
They'll be like, here's the theme of the fight, right? And here's, like, the lesson to take away. This character's theme is this character's theme is that. And you're like, oh, that's really cool. I'm talking about, like, the second fight specifically.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's really cool. And they keep repeating that exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me on one viewing to be like, this is the best fight in the show, because it's so... It'd be like if you're watching a fight and someone keeps being like, hey, are you comfortable right now? Like, do you want to get a drink? Like,
it's not linear. Like, it keeps getting broken up, which sometimes is fine. And if the breaks weren't as long as they are, it was just like a quick backstory or a quick flashback, which kind of explains what they're doing, that would make sense. But it's like a break for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because with that Tengen fight that you mentioned, it's all momentum. Like, it's all just forward momentum, and you're like, here's the beginning, middle, and end of that fight, and like twists are kind of happening. You're like, oh, they have the one up on the demon, then the demon like stabs somebody, and then this and that. Like,
the powers are being revealed throughout. Yeah,
there's a moment in the theater where I'll like dance around this spoiler wise.
Let's go. I want to ask one spoiler question, so we'll just say spoiler and then we'll wrap this up. So last thing for Demon Slayer, these spoilers.
Because I want to get your thoughts on this. There's a moment at the end with the Akaza fight where Tanjiro's like, there's got to be some kind of gimmick to beating him.
Yeah.
And so what has he said in the past that can help to inform me on this fight? And he remembers this moment where Akaza is like, talking to Rengoku, and he's like, you have the fighting spirit of a warrior.
Yeah.
What's your name? And everyone in the theater all went, oh. And everybody thought the gimmick was if you give Akaza your name, he gets power over you.
Right.
Because all throughout the fight, he's telling Giyu, what's your name?
Yeah, he's really obsessed with the guy's name for some reason.
And then Tanjiro at one point is like, Mr. Giyu, and Akaza shows up, and he's like, so that's his name.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was the name thing.
I didn't think about that.
It wasn't. It was something way dumber.
Yeah. Interesting. So. I do like one of the greatest thing about Tanjiro is he's a good fighter, everything, but every fight he tries to like take a minute and figure out like logically how to beat the other person, which is really, really fun. But one other thing is in Demon Slayer, it is always said there are 2 things that can beat a demon. Sunlight and cutting off his head.
Right.
Is it not annoying that this is the 20th time that we have cut someone's head off, and then it's like, oh wait, that actually didn't work?
Yeah.
And that happens in almost every fight now.
I know.
And in this one, it's not even like, their head reattaches, or like in the Tengen fight, there's the twins, so you have to decapitate them both at the same time or whatever. This one is like literally he's walking around without a head.
It's like
it makes sense if it's what's the main one? The main bad guy. Muzan. It makes sense if it's Muzan. He's literally God or whatever. Yeah, right. But like Akaza literally gets decapitated, grabs his head, tries to put it back on, doesn't work, and then he's just walking around without a head. What's the point of having the rule?
I know every other demon, it's like, oh, there's two of them. You gotta do it simultaneously. With Hontengu, it's like, there's a little him inside of his core. You gotta do that.
Yeah,
this one's like, Akaza doesn't want to die.
It's
like, no, I have a shield, actually. Like,
yeah, we just gotta have to, through the storytelling of backstories, have to basically convince him that it's time to die.
It's literally like playground rules, where it's like, no, I had a shield, you didn't kill me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I will say, though, I am such a, little kid in front of jingling keys whenever it happens, so cut off the head, and even though I know it's not gonna work, he'll, grab the head, and I'm like, oh! It didn't work again!
I don't know. This time I was just like, all right.
That's fair. That's
but
so
the fight was still good. It's not my favorite in Demon Slayer, but, good movie.
I love what you said, actually in, podcast episode 112, where... no, it must be so weird that I'm an actual fan of you guys, because I'll be like, oh, 8 months ago you said...
And we're like, I don't even remember saying that, yeah.
At one point, you guys talked about, there are so few protagonists that are just good people.
Yeah. In American...
True, yeah. It's an anime specific thing, and I think the only American ones you really thought of were, Peter Parker. Yeah. Maybe Mark Grayson, kind of?
But Superman, but... And obviously anime is very vast, so it depends on the genre. Yeah. And it's mostly, what's the one that Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan and all these are? What's the main one?
Oh, Shonen.
Shonen. Yeah. So Shonen normally has a lot more of those. Tanjiro, Deku, stuff like that. But at the same time... Those are the most popular animes. Yeah. So all the most popular ones a lot of them have a character like that, and that's just not true here.
And what's cool about this movie is that they kind of show their hand as to what makes a just good protagonist interesting, because on paper that's super boring. You're
sure.
You want them to have flaws.
Yeah.
And they do, just because Tanjiro is morally good. This movie helps show the flaws in that ideology through Channing Tatum's character. Did you see it in dub?
No.
Oh, Channing Tatum plays Akaza's mentor. He's the only big name actor in the movie. Yeah. But Channing Tatum plays Akaza's mentor. And he's just Tanjiro, if Tanjiro gets to live to be 40. Right. And he's morally good, he helps anyone he can, and then and the whole village fucking hates that about him.
Kills him anyway.
Yeah, and so it's I like that Demon Slayer is Tanjiro's morally good in this cruel, brutal world, and let's see if he can maintain those morals while being tested every step of the way.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I really enjoyed it. And let's move on to whatever the frick you have.
I got some stuff. I don't have as much as I'd planned.
Sure. No, we'll talk about whatever.
So what I've been doing, every now and then I'll catch one of your guys' clips on TikTok. And again, I'm a huge fan.
Appreciate it.
Every now and then, something will be said, and I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
And then you just whip out your notes.
Yeah, and I whip out my notes. And so I've been taking some notes down. Some of these have become irrelevant because it's 1 billion lions versus 10,000 Jedi.
Yes, let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it? Because I don't understand how you're siding with the lions.
It's 1 billion.
I don't even remember this at all.
Remember in episode 112.
We did 10,000 Jedi versus 1 billion lions.
1 billion lions.
What are the levels of the Jedi? Are they all masters?
Oh my god, I'm in the video.
Oh, that's what I said there?
No, I think we made it a range where most of them are Jedi Knights, but then you still have some of the Yodas and Mace Windus in there.
Are there younglings? Because the younglings are dead immediately.
Yeah, but I think you made the point that Mace Windu is taken out half by himself or something.
Well, there's 1 billion lions. There's one Mace Windu. Mace Windu's killing how many lions? 500,000?
Yeah, see, exactly.
Well, wait, if it's 10,000 Jedi, a youngling's not a Jedi, neither is a Padawan.
Oh, so they have to be. They have to at least be a knight.
That's why I had to bring this onto the pod. I couldn't just text you.
I love it. We gotta have you on like
Danny,
quarterly
that's
or
fabulous.
semi-annually.
Okay, so what is the math? How many average baseline Jedi Knight? How many lines is a baseline
well, see
Jedi
how many
Knight
they would
taken
have
out?
to take out if you just average it out. So do 1 billion divided by 10,000.
Yeah, gotcha.
We should be able to do that in our heads probably, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm so you're siding with the Lions.
No, with the Jedi. Because Jedi can strategize. Like, I genuinely think what I pitch to you is that you make a sort of igloo out of lion corpses. You kill like a couple hundred lions, then you make an igloo, and then it just becomes like Spartan warfare. You open the igloo a little, and then you do the boomerang thing with the
you
lightsaber.
throw the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Each Jedi would have to kill 100,000 lions, which is a lot.
It's a lot of lions, for certain.
I'm just thinking.
No, it's not the Jedi, because the Jedi lose to battle droids regularly.
Yeah, and I'm thinking.
And
like,
I get that they have numbers and they have projectiles and they have strategy, but
the Nexu. The Nexu is basically a lion, maybe a little bit bigger.
a bit bigger.
In attack, so say it's 2 or 3 lions. And
Is
I know
the thing that
it's
is
in
like
the cat
rat
thing.
face. Yeah.
And like I'm just thinking, and a lot of those people there were Jedi, and I know Obi-Wan and Anakin didn't have their lightsabers, so it was. But like, I'm not thinking Obi-Wan is taking down 100,000 of those.
That's a fair point. That is basically
a
lion.
Yeah, it's basically a lion, and like that thing was alive for a while, with a bunch of Jedi there.
It's the longest living one.
Yeah.
Because the Reek and the Acklay both go way quicker.
Yeah.
It's tough because I do think it's the Jedi. What you're saying is making a lot of sense. And you're right, in episode 3, a lot of them just get shot in the back of the head. Like,
yeah. Which, again, I get that lions can't do that, but there's a billion of them.
Right. How would you feel if it were Sith? Because I feel like lightning makes a big difference.
The lightning is a good projectile. But can the lightning...
They got it. Like, even a Sith has to get tired at some point. Like, he can't...
So do lions. And they're not tagging in and out. Like, the
but
lions aren't
there's a billion of them.
Billion.
It's so hard for them to get tired.
We're not talking a million. We're talking a billion.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And the Sith lightning... Have we ever seen Sith lightning just straight up kill a person on impact?
Right.
Where it's like a lion is going to be able to survive things that humans can't. A lion can be shot 3 times, and depending on where it is, they're fine. Right. Most humans aren't getting shot 3 times and living. So when have we seen the lightning just on impact kill somebody?
Like, Luke gets effed up by lightnings like for a while.
Now there's the argument that he could have killed him at any moment, but he was just actively torturing him.
Right.
But like...
Well, Palpatine was trying to kill Mace Windu, and then got...
He unlimited power. I assume that's a full blast of lightning, and he's not dead.
Yeah,
like he
throws
shoots him out the window.
Right.
I'm still going.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Lions.
I'll take the win that I almost brought you over to my side. Like,
it was a good point. I like your strategy. I like the Spartan aspect of it.
Yeah, the
it's a good thought. It's a good thought.
I guess speaking of Star Wars, today.
What do you think about the Red Room fight? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what do you think of the choreography of I keep seeing this clip. No, today I saw you say that Luke isn't a top 10 Star Wars character pre The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I don't mess with Star Wars enough to be like, Luke's one of the best pro tags ever.
Yeah.
I struggle to come up with exactly 10 people better.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just wanted to
no
put
problem.
the iron to you.
Yeah, no problem. I think I could name like 20 people that I think you could put in the argument, and that may just be that you're not a huge Star Wars fan like that, but like somebody like Ahsoka is clearly a better character to me.
Are you talking all universe? Like Rex and Cody can be included?
Yeah.
Or just... Okay.
Oh, you're just going movies.
I thought you were just...
No. Like the book, there's great characters in the books. There's great characters that... I mean... Like, even, like, a lowly character like Wedge Antilles has these books that, like, actually make Wedge, like, a really good, strong, fleshed-out character. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking, like, main characters, I still may be able to give you 10. Obviously, Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. Obviously, to me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mm-hmm. Obviously, for me, Palpatine is got to be up there because he's so fucking entertaining.
Right.
For me, Darth Maul, but I guess Darth Maul, you have to
Only
have
with
the Clone Wars
Wars
in there. Like, obviously, Darth Maul is not a top 10 Star Wars character with just Phantom Menace. Like I said, Ahsoka, I would have Rex up there. I love Din Djarin from Mando, right? Mandalorian.
Right,
For me, General Grievous is up there. I love the fact that he's the scariest guy in the galaxy for 90% of the people, but he's actually really just a bitch, and he's always running away. I think that that's actually really interesting, and I think his Kalish backstory with him being a warrior, being framed, that Count Dooku framed the Jedi for his, accident. So General Grievous is up there for me.
Grievous is such a weird enigma because he's all aura farming.
Yeah. But then he actually has no aura.
Right.
Like, he's just a bitch. Like, I think that's great.
He's just a bitch. Where's he getting these lightsabers? He must not actually be, winning them, right?
Well, he has a moment in Clone Wars, here we go back to Clone Wars, where he's going against a pretty high-level Jedi that I believe is on the Jedi Council at the time, and he's got him trapped, and it's just like if it was Grievous one-on-one, this guy would have fucked him up.
Right.
But, he's just got, 500 droids around this guy, and he's just, electrocuting him with the staff and this and that. It's just, nothing. He didn't do anything. All of his interesting kills in all of the Clone Wars are against clones. He doesn't do anything.
I mean, the Clone Wars 2002 movie, he's pretty freaking awesome.
Correct.
He kills 6 Jedi by himself.
Yeah.
And they're freaking out.
Yeah, it's awesome. Wow. Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen that?
And that, he's freaking sick.
Not the CG one. Oh.
The animated.
No, I haven't then. Yeah, I hear that's badass.
Only prolonging the inevitable.
It's so
I've seen
good.
Mace Windu give him his cough.
Yes.
I've seen that.
It's the same. It's same.
From that. It's so good.
He's like Batman. He's in the rafters and he jumps down, kills one, and goes away.
And he
then,
doesn't have 4 arms.
He grabs one by the face and just smashes him into the thing.
Mind you, grabs him by the face, not with his arms, with his feet. He grabs him by the face. He's slamming him. Yeah, it's so sick.
That's dope.
We'll have to watch.
And he doesn't have 4 arms in that.
Right.
He's using his foot for a 3rd lightsaber.
Right.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's sick.
It's
the
so
fight
cool.
scene is sick, and one of them gets away. Ki-Adi-Mundi gets away. And he kills the rest.
I believe Shakti also gets away, but it's 2 of the 6.
Yeah.
He kills Shaggy immediately.
Yeah.
Are you guys Andor fans? I'm surprised you haven't had any Andor characters on there.
Yeah, so if you would have let me get to them, for sure Mon Mothma, for sure Stellan Skarsgård's character, Luthen. I think Cassian has earned it. Yeah. But for me, Cassian has always been the least interesting part of Andor, of his own show.
That's fair, yeah.
I think the conspiracies and everything else going on is so, especially in both seasons for me, where season 2 he's got a lot more to do, so I like him a lot more in season 2, but in season 1, where it's we're just watching him just not give a fuck about the rebellion, and you compare that to Mon Mothma, who's got to betroth her daughter to this and that, and all that stuff. But Cassian, I think, is but Mon Mothma and Luthen, Stellan Skarsgård, are unbelievable.
Yeah.
It sucks that there's a show called Star Wars Rebels already, because Andor should be called that.
Interesting.
Cassian's barely in his own show, and the show's just happening to him. Because I agree, he's the least interesting, but it's because he's being chauffeured through his show.
Interesting.
So and then
which season do you like more, season 1 or season 2 of Andor?
I like actually objectively season 2. They're both great.
We like season 1 a little bit better.
Oh, interesting.
Not a little bit for me. I think it's clearly better. Season 1.
When I say objectively, I used that wrong. I meant certainly, in my mind. I was oh, is it this or that? No, actually it's this. That's interesting. Is it because of the prison arc?
The prison arc is unbelievable, but I kind of think every arc in season 1 works, and I don't feel that way about season 2. And I think it's a time jump problem. I found that so jarring week to week.
That's fair.
Yeah, like a lot of the off-screen development we get with this is a problem. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, the weasel.
Dedra's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Dedra's. Oh.
The
Cyril.
Cyril Karn, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I'm not letting that moment go. We got to sit in that a moment. Danny just beat you at Star Wars.
I know. I'm
and
embarrassed.
it's about Andor.
I know. I'm embarrassed.
It's the only thing I can.
But I said the last name to point out that I know my shit.
Right.
So Cyril's off-screen development from arc 2 to 3, is really lost. And I really like that he dies to somebody that he actually wronged. I think that that's really interesting. I would have loved to have seen him get found out that he was wronging them. Stuff like that. I just wanted more Andor. And I never felt that in season 1. I felt that constantly in season 2. Even though the highs, Welcome to the Rebellion, that episode obviously just won the Emmy for brilliant writing. As it should have. Mon Mothma's speech, getting her out of the that building, like all that. That's correct.
Luthen and young. Well, now I won't know the name, which is
Clea.
embarrassing. Yeah, young Clea when he's like,
Yep.
And you're back.
they're at the diner and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like,
And then-
go on, blow up that bridge, and she's gone. And he's like, don't blow up that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Her sneaking in to kind of have to end him off
Yeah.
was a great episode. The massacre on Planet
Gorman
was
the
a great
Gorman massacre's brilliant.
Is insane.
It's really. I agree with everything you say, and it's all valid.
Yeah.
One of my jingling key syndromes about me is that I love when something that's like PG-13 or like a children's property, and I know Star Wars has expanded beyond being like a kid's thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I love when that surprises me with how dark it is.
Yeah.
And I love that season 2 of Andor is just like, oh no, this is like adult drama television.
Yeah.
And so that like really, obviously that's not like a real benefit. Like that's me being like, oh, I was shocked at how edgy it is, isn't a valid reason to be like season 2's better. But yeah, when Bix was going through what she was going through in episode 3, Cyril's end, like all of it, I was like, oh, there's no limitations. Like I don't have to be like, oh well, they won't go here because it's Star Wars. You know, it has to stay
It keeps
family-esque
you on the edge a little bit. Yeah,
So-
I get what you're saying.
But yeah,
But
it
we
really
knew that they were going to go that far because they do go really far with things in season 1. Season 1 is some really dark shit. So I just, and I keep wanting to be like, well, season 2 does have higher highs, but I don't even believe that because the Eye is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in Star Wars, and the prison arc on Narkina 5 is fucking believable. Where the Gorman massacre's unbelievable, and there's some stuff in season 2 that's unbelievable, and there's little moments. Andrew every week would say, I love that they're letting Cassian be fucking awesome, because Cassian's awesome the entire second season. He's sitting down at the Gorman tea shop or whatever, and he's like, you look like you're looking for me, don't look like you're looking for me.
Like he's in character and then he comes out of character. And he's like, you just did that wrong. You need to be a better spy, and then immediately turns it back on. I was like, all right, Cassian's the man. They let him be the man for a second.
I love that they let him be really hard too. Like after Andor, like everybody else, I rewatched Rogue One. And it's full of Cassian doing like almost morally gray stuff where it opens and he like turns on his friend who can't run with him and he shoots him in the back, and then he like looks at the gun and he's like, I can't believe I'm slipping. And that scene is awful after watching Andor. Because by the end of Andor, he's just shooting people for not role-playing with him. You know? Like, when he's escorting Mon Mothma.
He wasn't not role-playing with them. She explicitly said he's an ISB plant, and he explicitly shot the ISB plant.
No, I thought...
I'm not giving you that.
That's fair. I mean, like, I could be misremembering. I thought he gives the dude a chance. He's like... don't worry, I got her. And he's like,
he knows,
who are you? And then he shoots him.
No. He's like, hey, I've got Mon Mothma, whatever. And to confuse the fuck out of him, and then he just shoots him.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was like Cassian being like, hey, I'll give you one chance
to
like ping pong with me.
He's always killed bad guys.
Right.
My issue with Rogue One and him killing Tevik,
that's a crazy pull.
Yeah,
that dude has 15 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, but they say his name maybe 50 times in the last episode of Andor. They kill him. I don't think that's his name, though. I think I got it off. They kill him, and I feel that's out of character for Cassian. I kept waiting for them to kill Bix, or kill Luthen, or kill somebody that's really important to him, where he snaps, and now he's just killing good guys. And I would have loved a confrontation with somebody with Forrest Whitaker, his group, or somebody where he's just killing like other rebels, but you don't see that. Because the moment where he doesn't kill Galen, I guess, is in character. Yeah. But the way he's portrayed in Rogue One is he always follows orders. He always follows General Draven, the principal from Sex Education. He always follows him, and then it's a big deal that he doesn't kill Galen or so. Yeah. But like that's how it's portrayed in Rogue One. But actually, it's the moment where he kills the guy in the Ring of Kafrene, Tevik, or whatever we're going to call him, with the bum leg. When he kills him, that's actually the outlier. Based on what we learned in Rogue One. And based on what we learned in Andor. And that's not how it's portrayed in Rogue One. Right. So I don't love that inconsistency.
That's fair.
I also don't love the inconsistency that I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old, because that's not true.
Oh.
He has that speech
yeah.
to Jin, where he's like, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
Right.
No, you haven't. You're actually actively avoiding the rebellion until you're like 25.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you go to prison, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so...
Here, I'll breeze through these quick.
Okay.
Because I got a couple others.
I mean, you don't have to breeze through anything, baby.
What you got?
Shucks. I just wrote horse porn and then why. I don't remember what that is.
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
don't like that we've talked about horse porn on this podcast?
I never minded it. I think it's confusing to me that that's such a consistent bargaining chip. It's always that.
It was a bit very early on the podcast that we don't return to very often now, but we have once recently, and it is a funny thing because we've done the podcast for coming up on 3 years now, and TikTok hasn't really understood the
nuances.
Yes, the nuances and the scope of the podcast until very recently, and now there's all these clips that are like, this is a podcast about superheroes, by the way, with the rose emoji, and it's just us talking about our penises or horse porn or whatever the frick it is, and like for actual fans of the podcast, like they know, like, especially people on the Patreon because we go even crazier on the Patreon.
Yeah,
it's like it's funny watching the TikTok ethos kind of like come to the realization of like, the podcast is just a big fun joke where we talk about whatever the frick we want.
Nothing is serious.
Yeah. Right. I hate those comments because it feels like people, they act like their tax-paying dollars are going to this podcast. Like they're like, what? This is where my money's going? They're talking about horse porn?
I can't believe this.
Yeah,
we're talking about whatever we want. Okay.
No, I mean, the other day I saw a clip, and I don't remember Andrew saying this at all, and his mannerisms and everything. It's the funniest shit ever. He goes, if Mystique does it, is it blackface? It was like,
that's a good question.
It was like so. I mean, I'm so funny. Like, but that's it. That's the pod.
Yeah.
We'll on TikTok we'll see clips now that we don't really remember.
Oh, absolutely, and they make me die laughing every time.
Some of your most egregious ones
Yeah,
that I've brought up that no one else has ever brought up.
Okay.
Flushed Away is better than Spirit the Horse.
Ooh, okay.
That's unbelievable.
Flushed Away is a banger.
Flushed Away.
The movie about the shit mice?
Yes, that's voiced by Hugh Jackman. Let's not.
For a long time, the only acknowledgement of Hugh Jackman putting on the yellow suit.
Yeah, as a rap. I haven't seen Spirit, so I don't think I ever said that. So I just have not seen Spirit. I just remember as a kid, I thought Flushed Away was fine. I thought it was good.
That may be the first experience I had in movie theater where I was like, oh, movies can be something in between awful and good. Like
my first one was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. I was very disappointed with that.
Mine was the best answer here. M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender.
Oof.
That was the first time I walked out of a movie and I was like, oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
this is so fun. I didn't know everyone has a this was the first time
like
I hated
as a kid,
movie.
you're like not positive about something.
Because when you're a child, I remember walking out of Revenge of the Fallen being like, that is the greatest movie of all time. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, oh. Yeah. But like that was my first experience where I walked out of Last Airbender and I was like, and I couldn't explain why it was bad.
Right.
Like when somebody was like, oh, why didn't you like it? I was like, it was too obvious that they were like setting up a sequel.
Right.
Like I couldn't explain like why it was bad, but like I walked out of that being like, that was bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I want to change my answer because I was just trying to be mean towards Flushed Away.
Sure.
I think mine genuinely was Ghost Rider's Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
What the frick is that?
The second Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie.
That was the first time I was like ready to be something's number one fan.
Yeah.
And was
it's
just
so disappointing.
let down.
Yeah.
So disappointing.
But yeah.
So you think is this more Flushed Away being bad or more Spirit Away being great?
I think you're underestimating how hardcore the Spirit movie is.
I should watch it.
You guys should watch it. Okay, so we'll
I haven't watched
table
it
this.
in years.
That's so fair. It's a movie about horses starring Matt Damon. Twist, the horses don't talk. But Matt Damon plays the main horse.
But Spirit talks.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
The movie's awesome. Hans Zimmer did the score, which is crazy. And then your other most egregious, all of the Planet of the Apes are roughly the same quality.
When did we say that?
When reviewing...
I think I might have said that.
When reviewing
Kingdom.
whatever... Kingdom.
I think Rise, Dawn, and War are all within a point of each other. They're all great.
So you're talking about the old one.
No, I'm talking...
You're talking about,
I'll stay
you're
within
talking about
the new
Tim
ones.
Burton.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm talking about the James Franco one.
You think Rise is bad?
To put that next to the actual, like, cinematic masterpiece that is whatever the next one after that is called.
Dawn. I think Dawn is better, but Rise is still such a great start. I still give it like an 8.5.
Rise is such an FX movie. Like, Rise is on par with, like, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Wrong.
No.
In terms of
Wrong.
every aspect.
No.
Wrong.
Wrong.
So I understand. For a long time, I thought Rise was better than Dawn. Obviously, bad opinion. But the thing with Rise that you are missing is that I will give you that it's an FX movie. Now, I won't give you that it's the same level of quality of X-Men Origins Wolverine. I would call that the worst FX movie. And I would say that Rise is the best you can make an FX movie.
I'm so glad you knew instantly what I was talking about when
course.
I called it an FX movie.
Of course. I know this isn't an FX movie, but when you said that, I immediately thought Lost.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah. Right, so I get what you're saying, but like, the thing with Rise that you're missing is like, it's the Baby Yoda factor of young Caesar, and watching him grow up. Maybe, I don't know why, you must have been on your phone during some of those scenes. Like, the early scenes in that movie endear you so much to that character and James Franco that the Rise has an emotional weight that doesn't match the emotional weights of the actual good, serious masterpieces, which are the Matt Reeves ones, because Matt Reeves didn't do Rise. But it has an emotional core that like is completely different than the next two that actually means something to people like with some kind of moral compass, which you're showing me that you do not have.
I think that's what it is.
It's so sweet, and then it's so sad.
And it's still so important. Like that, that is Caesar's origin.
Yeah.
Like Caesar's,
just because it needed to happen doesn't mean it happened well.
Yes, it did happen
well.
It did happen well.
It has
like he just said, the emotional core and the morality of it, but also you still get like the no moment where like he first talks.
I was gonna
awesome
say
moment, by the
that's
way.
genuinely like I put that in top like 3 of the whole series.
Sure.
Like that's incredibly
So
well
what's
executed.
asked in that movie?
It's just the connection between James Franco and young Caesar. I think the movie doesn't work if you're not already hyped on Caesar because you know the other movies are great.
Wrong.
Not true.
If
Wrong.
every other movie
I saw
maintained
Rise
it-
in 2011 in theaters. I fucking loved it.
You were what, 13?
I was
I
11.
watched
Yeah,
it
right.
within the last year or two, and I had never seen the other ones. I watched Rise for the first time. I thought it was great. I understand you putting it at the bottom of the 3.
I'd put it, I mean, it's not that I'm like, oh, this is, I guess the X-Men Origins thing was pretty inflammatory. I'll give it like a 7.
He's just trying to get me to crash out.
like-
You know, he actually loves the Who Cares You Do clip. He's
I need it actually in my
he needs
rents
more.
too.
He needs another one.
I need those royalties.
Yeah.
Dawn is so like you watch them back to back. We did Ape Thrill. My house did where we
Nice.
watched all monkey related thriller movies.
That's freaking sick.
It was after Febuscary. But anyway, if you watch them back to back, it's like one is such a like popcorn like of its era 2008 like Superman. Not Superman. It like reminds me of like Phase 1 Avengers movies.
Yeah, sure.
And then the second one, Phase 1 Avengers movies that aren't the Avengers or Iron Man.
I love you, Danny Motta.
It's like Thor to me in terms of quality. And then
So that's wrong.
And fuck, I'm so close.
But I love that he doesn't like Phase 1.
And then Dawn, you watch it and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
they're
it's
like,
a masterpiece. Yeah.
There's like long oneers. There's
Yep.
like huge moments
You
where
like
they're
Transformers.
like, we're filmmaking. Huh?
You don't think that counts in that category?
Transformers is extremely fun.
The first one?
A lot of them.
Dog, I'd agree with that. I'd take that.
Yeah.
I also saw Revenge of the Fallen as a kid and was like, this is sick, and haven't gone back. Like,
Oh, don't go back. The
Yeah.
Racism Brothers are way worse than you remember.
I'm real afraid to go back. I also thought the third one was like, because again, I love when a movie gets unexpectedly dark, which is why Dawn is so sick too. Like everything with Koba's great. When Koba's dragging that ape up the steps and throws him. But the third Transformers movie, when they're just fucking taking over Chicago, I remember being a kid and I was like, "Whoa, this must be rated R." Like the Transformers bleed this time. But anyway, I guess I'm not swaying you guys on that.
I get putting it at the bottom of the 3, but if someone came to me and they ranked any of those 3 in any order, I would not freak out.
I'd freak out, I think. I think I would need to... I came ill-equipped because the last time I watched it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I needed notes. The other one... Oh, this is crazy. This should ignite something between you guys. I forget if it did before. The best Mission Impossible is better than the best Harry Potter. That's crazy, right?
No.
No.
No problem
No,
with that.
I think
No problem
I think
with
there
that.
are like 3 Mission Impossibles that might be better than every Harry Potter
No
movie.
problem with that. Fallout, 10 out of 10.
I think a Mission Impossible is easier to write than Harry Potter. Like,
Well,
I think you have to take...
I got news
Harry
for
Potter
you.
was
Harry
already
Potter already
written.
written. Got news for you, baby.
Script already there, dude.
Already there.
All right,
Those books were done in 05.
I hadn't considered. I got nothing, really.
No.
It's the...
I think it's tainted because I love the book so much, but I think the best Harry Potter movie is an 8 out of 10.
Is that 3?
3 is an 8 out of 10, and I think that 8 is an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
How do you feel about 8?
I do have that as one of my notes. I think 8 is bad and 7 is great.
You wanna hit me with
But here's the thing. Here's what I'm realizing right now. I really have an affinity for a movie that feels like it's taking the leap forward into being like indie cinema. Like, I know... Obviously, a Harry Potter movie's never going to be an indie movie. Like, they have $200 million budgets. But, like, that's why Dawn and Harry Potter 7, both to me, feel like they're focusing more on, like, the artistry of filmmaking than, like, your typical Hollywood affair stuff. Part 8 of Harry Potter has all of these, like, off-screen deaths, and, like, it just doesn't have the, like... There's good bits. I like Voldemort running some Oh no, that's 7 too. Voldemort running stand-up comedy on Neville, doing a type 5 on Neville, where he's like turning to his boys and doing his weird penguin laugh. You know what I'm talking about?
That's an 8.
I think that might be an 8, but I don't remember.
Okay, that's it. You're right.
It sounds like it would be an 8.
That's a good bit. I like that. I like, Snape getting his throat slit by like a new killing curse apparently. But like
It's the snake.
Well, but he slices his throat.
Right.
Yeah, he goes. And I'm like, is that not a killing curse? And then the snake beats him to death.
Yeah. It's pretty brutal.
Which is crazy. But, like, it's just... Yeah, 7 feels like this weird indie artsy film with all of these, like, gorgeous vistas and these really tense moments with, like, Luna Lovegood's father, where it's this real, like... Oh, why is everything uneasy here? And, like, the Deathly Hallows, like, animated sequence, obviously.
Gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, like, an unreal, super unique, like, old Spanish art style for some reason. And then 8 is just more, like, I don't know. It's... I'm realizing I don't love part 2s to 2-part things. Because I love Infinity War, don't love Endgame. Love...
That's correct.
Deathly Hallows part 1, don't love part 2.
But everything you're talking about with the artsiness of 7, I agree with, but it's done so much better in 3. 3 is, I mean,
That's
Alfonso Cuarón cooked
Yeah.
out of his mind in that movie. I mean, just the little thing of showing the change of seasons with the Whomping Willow. It's just like little things like that. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But, back to Mission Impossible. I rewatched all of those before the last one came out, and, like, they are just such a good time for the entirety of the movie, and they have highs that I don't think Harry Potter necessarily reaches. Again, I haven't seen Harry Potter since like they came out.
Oh, I got you.
So I do want to rewatch them.
I don't know.
I rewatch them annually.
But I can't.
Yeah, it's like a winter fall rewatch, right?
My girlfriend Rachel, she requires it annually. Like we've already watched them this year.
Oh, really?
Like it's every year. She loves them.
ABC which I think is called Freeform now. This is some like cable TV lore.
Yeah.
But ABC Family used to play them every holiday season. And so now I'm like conditioned to be like, oh, it's getting cold out. Harry Potter must be in town.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that. Yeah.
Mission Impossible, like none of the characters though are like
That's fair. That's fair. You don't really care about Simon Pegg's character as much as you care about Ron. Right. Like you just don't.
But I care about Ethan Hunt, and I care about...
Yeah, but you just care about his mission. Like, they introduced the wife thing a little bit.
And the possibility of it.
Yeah. And whether it's, you can do it or not. But no, the...
Thanks.
Nice.
I didn't.
Gives you a little pat on the back.
That was a little slow for me.
No, I see what you're saying. The relationships...
Fallout's a better movie than any Harry Potter movie.
Interesting. I think Mission Impossible 4 reaches that like, oh, this is like a cinema-ass movie.
Yeah.
And 3 also is like really good. Every other one,
5 through 7 do it as well.
Yeah, 7 is awesome too.
It like I love 3 as much as the next guy. I glaze 3.
Yeah.
But 5 through 7, it does not slow down.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
6 is like one of the 10 best action movies of all time for me. Like up there with Terminator 2.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
it's really
cool.
good. It's really good. But I do agree with your point where like, but I think a lot of action movies suffer from that where it's like it's an action movie. It's not necessarily character driven. Like I care about the world and the fantasy and the characters and the relationships a little bit more in Harry Potter.
And I'm able to be like, I'm here for like the movie version of Cirque du Soleil. Like I love John Wick 4 is like one of the all-time great action movies.
Yeah, but what character do you care about in there? You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah.
It's funny when we were talking about Demon Slayer, I almost brought up John Wick because that also is a movie that like you pitch to someone and you're like, oh, this movie's 3 big fight scenes.
Yeah.
And people are like, only 3. And you're like, no, they're like a half hour long. Like, it's the structure of the movie, these fight scenes. So I get the idea of being like, oh, I'm just going to sit back and watch how impressive it is that, like, this 60-year-old man fell down this many steps. You know?
It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. All right. We're going to answer some questions.
You got anything else?
I don't think so. That was so threatening. You got anything else, big boy? I had Flushed Away, Best Mission Possible, 1 Billion Lines. And then I had... Well, this one became redundant because you talked about it a little. I don't remember what you said, but I was going to be like, now that James Gunn's Superman came out, can you retroactively go back and be like, Man of Steel is fun as a pocket, like, Elseworld
what an
movie?
Interesting question.
No, because that's not what it was.
With comics, it's like, oh, I can enjoy an injustice because I have core Superman to read.
But we
now that James
didn't.
But now that James Gunn exists, can Man of Steel be a fun what if?
Yes, I just wish that we had gotten this one first. You know what I mean? And we didn't destroy the view of Superman and the social framework with Man of Steel beforehand. You know what I mean?
Right. If you ever rewatch Man of Steel, like, do you think you'll look at it as like a... Like, in that view, where you're like...
Yeah, I mean...
oh, this is its own thing now.
So, a big reason why, like... Because I can excuse a lot of the problems I have with the character portrayals in Batman v Superman, which does the Man of Steel thing with more characters, and also very, very important characters. But at least Batman v Superman is, like, really entertaining for me. Where it's like, I don't have that with Man of Steel. Like, Man of Steel has all these problems, and I think it's boring as fuck.
Gotcha.
So it's like, that's a big problem. Like, I don't ever look forward to rewatching Man of Steel. I'm sure I'm going to have to. But, like, I'm not going to look forward to it ever, you know?
Yeah.
And so... That's a big problem that I'll never get over is how fucking boring it is.
Right.
So it's like, not only is it unforgivable, all this garbage that you included in it, like Kevin Costner going like this.
Right.
But like on top of that, you made an incredibly dull looking and very boring movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's a criticism no one can ever even combat because you can't be like, no, here's why you're gonna find it entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, I can be like...
But people combat... us saying things are boring by saying that we, have TikTok brain or have
no media literacy.
No media literacy. Or
what people find boring is the most subjective thing on earth.
Fabulous take, Danny Motta.
Because I find Batman vs. Superman boring is my issue with it.
Yeah.
I love the warehouse fight scene.
Of course.
I think that's one of the most spectacular fight scenes ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch anything leading up to it.
Correct.
Man of Steel I find more entertaining because I like Dragon Ball. And it's just a live-action Dragon Ball movie. But yeah, I think you can't, tell someone what is and isn't boring, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
And you definitely shouldn't question their, mental capacity and, how good they are as a cognitive human being because they don't like Oppenheimer as much as you or whatever the heck.
Here I am sitting down thinking about how right you guys are, but absolutely I'm going to judge the fuck out of somebody if they turn to me and say New Hope is boring.
Yeah.
So
opinions.
We're all our comment section, to a degree,
absolutely.
whatever.
But I think it's different because it's much better to do that to people in person as opposed to someone else on the internet. I think you can argue and call your friend an idiot all day, but doing so to someone else on the internet, I think is a little bit more stupid.
I don't care that anybody calls me an idiot.
No, I'm just saying that's why I don't do it. Okay, let's get to some of these before we run out of time. So we just take turns.
Do you think you're a hypocrite? Sorry, real quick. Do you think you're a hypocrite?
Not as much as you.
No, I know I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't.
But I think my hypocrisy makes sense. If I enjoy something, I'll let something slide versus if I don't.
Okay.
Can you give an example of your own hypocrisy?
Yeah, there are things that, I'm the big turn your brain off Cars 2 guy.
Right.
But then I criticize plenty of children's movies like Lego Batman.
Yeah.
I can't turn my brain off for that because it's beating me over the head with the child message, in my opinion. Or Monsters University. We're getting a lot of hate right now because on our last episode we said how garbage Monsters University is, which it is. And they're like, oh, why can't you turn your brain off for that? But you can for Cars 2, which many people believe is a worse movie. Right. But that's because I like Cars 2 and I don't like Monsters University.
No, well, that's the thing where subjective boredom comes in. Where I also run into that where I'll glaze a movie and say I love it because of X, Y, and Z, and then I'll bash a movie for the issues the other one has. And, and people will be like, well, you didn't criticize this movie. And I'm like, yeah, well, I liked that one.
Yeah. That's how we got to Who Cares You Do.
Yeah, right.
Because we are aggravated with the prequels, but we like Last Jedi, so we can give it a pass there. And that's how we got that.
Yeah, I think can be stupid sometimes.
No, 100%. I totally understand. I'm never going to say I'm not a hypocrite and I'm not an idiot for saying that. Right. Just asking. I just thought about that. I do.
I would really like to get to some of these.
I know. We will. But Monsters University, somebody brought this up. The message of that movie being it doesn't matter sometimes how hard you work, and sometimes it's just not going to work out for you, no matter how hard you work. That's pretty good.
I like that.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, and that is the message for Mike that he'll never scare because he's just not scary. That's good.
I like
but you can find something else that gives you purpose.
Yeah.
So just reach in, grab one, and then we'll take turns. So he'll read the first one, then I will, and then you.
Right. So many.
What?
Is the new Demon Slayer movie a top 5 animated movie of all time?
Yeah, people need to calm down a little bit. It's good, it's fun, but I don't know if it's top 50.
No.
It's good. It's a good anime movie. I'm so glad it's making so much money. I love watching Tanjiro fight on the big screen, but it is not a top 5 animated movie of all time. It might be top 5 animated anime movies of all time, but even then, I don't know.
It's not even close to Mugen Train, I think, because Mugen Train you can watch with no context. Even though it's season 2 of a show, you can bring someone who's never seen Demon Slayer and they'll be into it and they might cry because they establish so much emotional connection through it.
Yeah.
The structure and pacing is so broken for a typical movie structure.
Yeah.
And you need all the context of Demon Slayer. Yeah. And even with that, I think there's a high chance you're this is third best Demon Slayer arc.
Yeah. Mugen Train's really fun.
Time is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why they would say that. Yeah.
It's not better than Nemo.
No, it's not better than Incredibles. It's not better than
Toy Story 3.
Into the Spider-Verse. It's not. Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse.
No, Mugen Train's a lot of fun. Rengoku and Akaza fight is obviously great, and then I really like Inosuke and Tanjiro's fight on the train where he's having to.
That's
the eye blinking thing.
Yeah.
There's a fight on the Mugen Train where the demon's power it has eyeballs, and if you look at it, it'll put you to sleep, and you're in a dream world, and to get out of it, you have to kill yourself, and in the dream world, and Tanjiro is fighting this guy and keeps get put to sleep and immediately wakes back up. So like every time it happens, he is immediately having to kill himself, and that's just how powerful his willpower is like he knows he has to do this. So like he eventually gets to a point where he can fight without seeing it, but there's a part in the fight scene where he is fighting and having to keep waking himself up by doing that. He almost kills himself in the real world because he couldn't tell the difference one time.
Yeah, it montages through where it's like asleep, kill, and boom, 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 boom. And then there's one where the demon, like, jukes him, like, he doesn't put him to sleep. And he's in the real world, and he's about to kill himself, and his friend is like, wait.
Yeah, and then...
It's so
And
good.
then the animation where he finally cuts the head, where he falls and goes like this in the air, and then goes... And then there's this ring of fire, is my favorite, like, moment in Demon Slayer ever.
Anyway.
Would you rather, in the next year... I guess this is for us. Upgrade your set, mics, table, cameras, production, etc., or secure 2 special guests, separate episodes for any movies that are set to come out by the end of 2026.
Special guests, not even
close. Not even close.
Yeah. But I would love to upgrade our set.
Yeah.
You were impressed by our
You
upgrades.
already have.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. An upgraded set won't really improve your views.
No.
Like, it's a podcast.
James Gunn will.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
James Gunn, please come on the podcast.
What's better, Dandadan or Chainsaw Man? How did I pick one specifically for me? That's crazy.
That's great.
Have you seen either of these?
No, I've seen both.
Oh, both?
Yeah, we can. Mine's clearly Dandadan.
Yeah,
I
really
love
don't
Dandadan.
want to admit that, but I think it is, because Dandadan's, like, mind-blowingly good.
I started watching Dandadan, and I got to the end of the first season. I was like, oh, this is like top 3 anime for me. Like,
yeah, it's like. It's shocking.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The action is fun.
Yeah.
You care about the characters. Okarin and that girl, I can't remember her name.
Momo.
Their relationship is great.
Yeah. It does such... I was talking about this on my podcast yesterday, where Dandadan's so interesting, because it's essentially a parody anime, where every other episode, they'll be like, oh... Godzilla showed up, or whatever.
Yeah,
or, like, at one point, their house gets destroyed, and, like, an actual, like... alien who looks like he's Steve from Minecraft shows up, and he has these little blocks that can, like, morph into anything. And so they're running bits all the time, like it's Scary Movie. But unlike Scary Movie, it's not like, Freddy Krueger shows up to do a gag and then he runs away. In this, they'll do a parody bit, and that will, like, change the plot forever.
Yeah.
Like, that Minecraft material stays and gets used for later things. The Godzilla showing up is like a big deal that they need, that like informs later arcs. And it's so exciting because now it's not just like, Batman shows up or whatever and this will be a fun gag. It's like, oh my god, Batman just showed up. How is that? What ramifications is that going to have on the whole plot?
Yeah, it's comedic, but they use it well to actually create.
Would a good comparison be The Boys?
Kind of.
Yes.
Because The Boys is parodying superhero stuff, but then it's
in that
still
context,
a story.
yeah.
It's still a story that matters and everything.
Chainsaw Man is good.
Chainsaw Man's
It's fun. It's metal.
It's one of my favorite and most misunderstood anime because people watch Chainsaw Man and they're like, oh, it's this dumb gooner anime, and Denji's whole...
he wants boobs, dude.
He wants boobs.
It's so funny, but he is deeper than that.
Well, the bit is that, like, his whole motivation is he wants to touch boobs.
Yeah.
That's what he thinks. And, like, the most TikTok brain rot opinion is that, like, just because a character says this is their motivation, that's their motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Denji says his motivation is to touch boobs. Then episode 3, he achieves it. And he gets to touch some, but then he's like, I'm no happier than when I didn't touch boobs. Like, what's going on? And he has a crisis where he's like, if I achieve any other goal, am I going to feel this let down? Like, should I just not achieve goals anymore? And the whole anime is about him not knowing what he really wants. He wants intimacy, and he, being a 16-year-old boy who has been abused, thinks sex is intimacy. So that's what he's chasing. And meanwhile, all of these other characters are using that to manipulate him.
Yeah.
So, people just watch the first episode.
It can be funny, but also have, like, a deeper, like, thing that they're exploring. Your turn. Let's do one more each, and then do your question of the day.
Danny, why is AOT the greatest piece of fiction on this planet?
That can't say Danny, does it?
Yeah, it does.
No, that was from our Discord. I thought it said, why isn't No?
You're an AOT hater?
I'm not a hater. It's just...
He just doesn't glaze it as much as me.
Yeah, it's just not, like... It's a little bit of a mess. I'll be quick on it, because, like, I don't have... It's so...
Don't.
It's
do
such
not,
a
do not
mess.
sit on my podcast and say Attack on Titan is a mess.
It's such
do
a...
not do that.
Season 2 is kind of unwatchable. It's just they're chasing horses. They're in the woods.
Why are they chasing horses?
They're not chasing horses.
They're not chasing horses. They're in the woods on horses, and it's all everything with Historia, and like all the lore stuff.
He has no media literacy.
With the
it's fine.
Eldians and stuff. It gets so weighed down in that, and it gets so unrecognizable by the end from like what made Attack on Titan so good, in my opinion, in the beginning.
What made Attack on Titan so good in the beginning?
It's such a like... It's all about, like, horror and tension and, like, the insurmountable fear and odds of the Titans on the humans. Like, there are whole episodes where they, like, run out of gas for their 3D gear, and they're, like, stuck in a building, and there's 3 normal Titans around it. And that's sick. Like, that's really cool to, like, show how actually threatening the Titans are. And then by the end, it's this, like... Aaron's turning into Mega Man because he's got to like eat every Titan to get their power, and
I have never heard that complaint. I think the complexity of Attack on Titan and the way that it all works out in the end is one of the best things, and that's why a lot of people call it the best media that's ever been written. I think the fact that you start in such a simple world where it's humans versus Titans, but by the end it's a genocide where people are defending it, and you've got all these different races of people, and it's all these commentaries and all this different stuff. I don't think it takes away from the horror that is Titans, especially in season, I think it's 2 or 3, where they have to do the charge. Where
3's great. 1 and 3 are great, I think.
But to your point, I think a lot of one is kind of repetitive, where it's like so dramatic and it's so like so focused on the horror. It's like, oh my gosh, we're surrounded by Titans again, and then it's like a 30-minute episode, and 20 minutes of it is just like the monologues in these people's head about them talking about the fact that they're about to die, and then you do it again the next episode. It's like, we get it, the Titans are scary.
Right.
So I think season 1's a little bit slower than but I also maybe agree with you with season 2. But
Danny, I've never seen Attack on Titan. I've also never seen Stranger Things. This conversation like makes so much sense in my head as to why those are 2 of your 3 favorite shows of all time. They sound like the exact same thing.
Stranger Things and Attack on Titan?
I see where he's coming from.
It gets bigger, you mean?
Yes, and how it builds, and of course you love that. This guy doesn't like the original Go the Distance from the Hercules movie. He wants a big cover by Michael Bolton with big grand singer. So of course...
I never said I didn't like it. I just said I like some covers better.
So of course he wants, like... everything to get, and you know, from my understanding, Stranger Things season 1 is just like Ghostbusters, but they're kids, and it's cute and fun and interesting, and has this like horror element to it. But season 4, it's like there's Russians involved,
right,
and
yeah.
there's God. This is the god of the underworld who was experimented on as the same origin as 11, and this and that, and they're doing big dramatic journey music and this and that. That's what Attack on Titan has been explained to me as. Attack on Titan episode 1 is this self-contained small story where, like, okay, this guy lost his mom to a Titan, and now he wants to, like, kill all these Titans or whatever, and it's him and his friends trying to just survive. And by the end of it, this same guy has taken control of all the Titans, genocided 1.5 billion people, almost everybody in the world, and the stakes are... not times 11, times 11 million.
Right.
That's how Stranger Things and Attack on Titan have both been described to me.
Yeah, I can see the general concept of like it getting bigger, but I think a lot of shows do that. And I think Attack on Titan is different in Stranger Things, given that like the amount of plot twist and interconnectedness and social commentary is like way deeper and way more intricate than Stranger Things is. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think Attack on Titan's a little bit better. But in the general aspect of, yes, season 1 of both shows are a little bit simpler, and then they get bigger. Yeah. But I don't think that's like necessarily a revolutionary thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not like things can't get bigger.
Yeah.
Like Avatar does world building and escalation really well, where
Right.
it like ends in like what is essentially a world war.
Right.
Attack on Titan is just so convoluted to me.
That's fair.
That's my bit.
That's fair.
It's just like, it's not that like, oh, they added lore, I hate that.
Yeah.
It's that it's like, this weirdly dense, like,
It's very dense.
nonsense, like, I don't know, with kings and queens and, like, the Eldians and this and that. And so it does remind me of Stranger Things, where, like, yeah, I'm like, it just balloons out of its own control, it feels like to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I get that. I think I would like Attack on Titan even more on second watch. Maybe not. But knowing all the things you know after watching 4 seasons, then going back and kind of seeing it all play out would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, last 2. Would you rather see a Russo brothers Spider-Man movie or a James Gunn Spider-Man movie?
Russo brothers.
Really?
Whoa.
Civil War.
That's so interesting.
Like, I just think...
Yeah, I mean, if they give me that, yeah.
They just killed it so much in there.
And in Infinity War.
He's great in Infinity War, but he's, like, particularly special in Civil War, and that was their first try.
Yeah.
And, like...
But James Gunn feels like it would be so much fun. It feels like it would be so much
James
fun.
Of course
Gunn,
it would be fun.
I can't think of, like, a James Gunn movie that focuses on one character, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's really
he did 3 Guardians and he did Suicide Squad, which are obviously team movies, and then even
Scooby-Doo's a team movie.
Superman has a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
So but Superman's good.
And here we go. Superman, the sequel, it's been described as much a Lex movie as a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Meaning that, again, not a solo movie, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. It's his style, and he's clearly very good at it. He's only got one serious miss.
So, you think he'd do, like, a Sinister Six? Then, if it's James Gunn? Because
maybe.
that's why I'm like, man, it would be cool to see James Gunn do it just because, like, he's never touched Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whereas the Russo brothers, we did get Civil War, so I'm more inclined to be like, I want to see the new thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, give him Spider-Man, and then what other 9 characters is he adding in there?
But Spider-Man would be a good character to do that with because the side characters are so interesting. J. Jonah, MJ, Ned, all his rogues gallery.
I'd rather see James Gunn do, Across the Spider-Verse? I wish he did that one.
Like, not animated.
No, sorry, I'm so dumb.
No Way Home.
I hate how movies are titled these days. Between the Planet of the Apes, the Spider-Man, they're all such similar
Homecoming,
gimmick
Far From
titles.
Home, No Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse are not similar titles.
They have Spider-Man in it.
Okay, that I'm not giving you. I mean, it's a Spider-Man movie.
No, that's so fair. Well, but they're 2 franchises that have gimmick titles.
Yeah,
where,
it's
like, each
verse,
title is...
home, sure.
But anyway,
You would
Far
want
From Home. No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Final answer.
James Gunn. Yes,
I'm not in the wrong here. These are bad titles.
The Home trilogy are bad titles.
No Way Home, James Gunn would do well with, I think.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep. Okay.
A couple more?
What's Danny's top 3 favorite trilogies? That's crazy that I'm pulling these.
Wow.
They're all for you. We asked for...
No.
Most of these have
No,
not
this
said.
one is not for us. This one is not for him,
Okay.
actually.
Top 3 favorite trilogies? Trilogies? Oh my god.
Apes.
Yeah, Apes, I guess I'll count.
Because it started off with a banger.
Apes is great.
Because War is so good and Dawn is so good.
Can you rattle off
Star
some
Wars.
trilogies?
The original
Lord
trilogy.
of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, I guess.
There's some
Yeah.
animated ones. The Toy Story trilogy is
Yeah.
really good. The Kung Fu
Oh.
Panda trilogy. The How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Shrek.
Dude, if How to Train Your Dragon maintains the quality of the first one, I haven't seen the other 2. I just watched the first one for the
Animated.
first time.
Yeah.
The second one's good. It's not as good as the first one, and I think the third one is really,
But
really
some
good.
people believe the second one is better. I think you might be one of those people because you're kind of an idiot.
That's true.
That's a great
That's
point.
true.
That's a great point.
That gets me excited to see it then.
So,
Yeah.
monkeys.
Yeah, Monkeys is the only like
Dragons, monkeys,
yeah, and then Lord of the Rings, I
elves.
guess. Yeah.
Great. You want to do your question of the day? And
Sure.
Then we'll answer the rest of these on the Patreon.
Sure. What do you want first, DCU or MCU? Maybe we'll do MCU on the Patreon, but we'll do DCU on here.
Sure.
It's interesting to do this with you because you weren't here for this.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Andrew and I talked about on the podcast, we debated often what superhero movies had the most pressure on them to deliver a great movie or deliver financially for the studio. And we settled on a top 3. We debated on what was 1, 2, or 3, but we settled on the top 3 being Avengers Endgame.
Can I guess one of them at least?
Sure.
I've heard you guys talk about Deadpool 3 having a lot riding on it.
It did.
Yeah, but that wasn't one of them.
No? Interesting. Okay, so Avengers Endgame, you
Avengers
said?
Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and Superman 2025.
Because it started the DC.
Yeah.
Right, those were the three that had the most pressure on it. But it does feel like the hype for Superman has just came and went. Made $600 million at the box office. It goes on HBO Max this Friday as of our Patreon episode with him being out. My question is, now that the Superman experience is over, were we correct to put Superman in that conversation of top 3 most pressure on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Anytime I talk to someone about Superman, most people that I talk to say they really, really liked it, right? And I think everyone is so much looking forward to Supergirl now, especially because the tease at the end of Superman.
If Superman would have flopped, we would have, for the rest of our lives, the only DC movies we would be getting is new, darker, grittier takes on Batman.
The Batman Part 2, yeah.
I was going to say, I think Matt Reeves would have become the new James Gunn.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I think they would have.
So we're all in agreement that Superman does belong in that top 3.
Yeah.
My only thing is like, Endgame and Infinity War were such experiences that I don't think Superman is captured. But you're so right. The universe
it's not supposed to.
Has such a brighter future because of that movie.
We'll get an Infinity War Endgame 10 years from now. We're not supposed to get an Infinity War. We're supposed to get an Iron Man right now, and I think that's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Fantastic Four sucked any of the energy out of it, or do you think it's the opposite? Because I think them releasing together maybe contributes to you feeling.
I think they helped each other more than they hurt each other. I think people came out of both of those movies liking both of them, and I think the general consensus was like, oh, maybe we're back. Whether it's Marvel, DC, it doesn't matter. Like, we just got 2 good superhero movies, and I think that encouraged people to watch the other ones. And people who weren't even that into superhero movies were texting me being like, hey, we got some stuff going. And I think they were positives for each other more than they were negatives.
That's it.
Let's do a Patreon episode.
We'll finish this fan segment on the Patreon. We will do a bracket on the Patreon.
Maybe fist fight.
Maybe there will be a rage moment on that. That's already out as of Friday. If you're a patron, you already saw that.
Love y'all.
Love you so much.
Let's clink and say goodbye.
Thanks for coming on as always, Danny.
Thank you for having me.